The Lives. No Return Voyage. A short story written by KT Niang. You have to have lived many lives in order to be able to tell this story. Some would call it enlightenment. I will just say, it is time for some souls to receive the sacred memory. Round and around we go, time after time, life after life. Die, live, live, die.
My name is Claudia Stevens, and the year is 2025, and I have been granted the sacred memory of reincarnation, and these are some of my lives. This life is set in 1587, and I am a slave named Lavinia. I was bought by a young white pastor named Jebediah, a man with kind eyes, silver-rimmed spectacles, and something ancient lurking behind his sermons, deep and dark, unlike the light I saw in his eyes. Also in this life was a man I knew as Abraham. We three, entwined in ways the flesh could never explain. Unknown to any of us at the moment, we were about to embark on a most treacherous journey, one that would lead us across an ocean towards something the white men called the New World. But the spirits, the old gods, they called it something else entirely. A place of disappearance, of blood, of silence. A place with no return. At least not for us.
We had crossed the wide sea to get to what was called the New World. The voyage had been a tremendous undertaking. Many people had died. 2 ships were lost. Only ours, the Good Hope, had made it to what would be our new world. I had not dreamed in the king's years before the voyage. Exactly 3 weeks before the great voyage that Master Stonecipher said we were to take, little Master Benjamin had suddenly taken ill. I had nursed him, been closer to that boy than even his own mother. I knew right away that it was bad. I begged Mistress to call the doctor, but she slapped me hard across the face and told me to shut my foul mouth. In this life, Mistress's name is Martha, and I've had to endure her in every life I've been shown. Oh, just give him some of your herbs, Lavinia. I was so scared for Benjamin. I went straight to Master. He was a wise and kind man. He shared my love of growing herbs to heal ailments. But sometimes, there would be a look in his eyes when he thought I wasn't looking. The gaze was hard, long, and deep. That'd be the only way I can describe it. Through his gold-looking glasses, the kind, loving master would vanish, and in his place, the handsome young pastor would become a snarling wolf, ready to devour. Then just like that, he would be back again. Master Jebediah had taken one look at poor little Ben, gently, but with a speed that was startling. Relief filled my chest, until he started shouting, "Sarah, you silly woman, come now. The boy is ill." Mistress came from the parlor in a huff, giving me a look like a snake, ready to strike. "Here I am," she said. "Thank God Lou has more sense than God gave a goose. You're a waste of the white skin God gave you, Sarah," Jebediah said calmly, already heading to the front door. "Abraham, bring the wagon." Abraham was the male slave, a brute of a man from a place Master called Haiti. But his back was smooth, no whip scars, obedient, silent. It unsettled the rest of us. We had been in the slave market together. I remembered him. He hung his head low, acted slow, but his eyes were sharp. A trickster, I thought. When he caught me watching him, he grinned, wide and toothy, cracked teeth like tree bark. Back then, they had stripped the men from the waist down and the women from the waist up. He looked down, so I looked down. His manhood stood up stiff. hard as week-old Sunday bread. When I didn't react the way he wanted, he grabbed himself and stuck out his tongue like a devil child. A Spanish trader saw it and hit him in the head with the blunt of his cane. He fell like a chopped tree. Master bought us both that day. Said he saw something in each of us. But he made it clear to Abraham I was not to be touched. He had seen what happened in the market and wanted no part of that devilment. Little Ben had contracted a rare fever, one the doctors hadn't seen in these parts. Nothing they did helped. Only my chest poultice let him breathe through the night. I had come to love him so, not like a slave loves her master's child, but like a mother loves a soul she's known across lifetimes. I prayed to my old gods. "Spare him," I whispered. "Spare his life, and I will trade of my spirit in kind." The fever broke in the early hours of the morning. I had stayed awake, afraid for Ben, afraid of what I had done. Mistress had long gone to bed, using exhaustion as an excuse. Master slept in a chair nearby. He looked so beautiful when he slept. He was kind. He gave me more freedom than most. Mistress hated it, and hated me more. She said slaves shouldn't be educated, that it was unnatural. But I could read, do numbers, play the piano better than she ever could, and I could grow almost anything with my hands, to flavor food, to heal pain, to save lives. Master knew she was just jealous. He was proud to own me. Sometimes he'd dictate his sermons to me. He was a mighty man of God. I didn't want to wake him. He'd see soon enough that Ben was out of the woods. The death rattle was gone. I had healed him with the help of the old gods. But I knew the truth. Nothing is free. Not even in the spirit world. I stared into the fire, knowing things would never be the same again. Abraham entered the room quietly, carrying more wood. He surprised me, bringing a cup of pine needle tea. He didn't speak, just placed it beside me with a nod. His eyes were different now, respect and longing. Less lust now, something gentler. He bent down and stoked the fire, and then he spoke. His voice was soft, dry like old parchment, the first words I'd ever heard from him. He looked toward Master, still sleeping peacefully across the room. Then he added another log to the fire. "I felt the pains come," he whispered. "One came to me. We're all gonna die soon." "Stop that," I whispered back. "Don't say such things." "He's right, Lou." We both turned. Little Ben was standing beside me. His eyes glowed, calm, clear, like he had seen something I hadn't. "The shadow people told me," he said. "The place we're headed, we will never return from." "The new world, Ben?" Thank you for joining us for this very special first episode of The Lives. Please like and subscribe. Join us for episode 2. See you in Roanoke.